watch the royal wedding. As journalists, we are required to offer equal time to the opposing viewpoint. Here now to present that viewpoint is our own Captain Jamieson.
Thank you, George. Many of you might not know this, but I used to be best friends with Princess Catherine Middleton, or Diddleton as we called her in college. We had a lot in common. We both loved puppets, grilled cheese, and showing our hoo-hoos to boys. We'd sit and talk for hours about our hopes and our dreams and showing our hoo-hoos and stuff. Now, my big thing has always been my wedding. I mean, since I was a little girl, I always dreamed of my special day. I made the mistake of telling that limey bitch about some of my wedding plans, never thinking that she would break the first rule of girl code. You never steal another woman's wedding plans. Getting married in Westminster Abbey? Mine. The 8 maples and hornbeam trees lining the aisle for their special significance? Mine. The 400 CNN reporters sent to cover the day's festivities? Also mine. I even, I even told her about my dream when I met my Mr. Right, how he would give me a sapphire and diamond engagement ring that was left to him by his dead mother, who was killed horrifically in a car crash in Paris. I mean, how low do you have to be to steal that idea? Diddleton low is how low. The airport airplane flight over by the royal. Yes, mine. The double kiss on the palace balcony. Pretending to be British. All those were my ideas. It's going to take a lot of puppetry and grilled cheese and showing up my hoo-hoo to drown this pain. So, if you'll excuse me.
Thank you, Hep. We take you now to this board room.
I have decided to announce my bid for the Republican nomination for president in 2012. And I brought you all here because you're proven in your respective fields. And I find that there is no place better to choose a vice presidential running mate than an expensive, large mahogany boardroom table. Maria, you have 3 graduate degrees from 3 different Ivy League universities, and you already have 2 CEO positions under your belt. I find that impressive, Maria. Maybe a little too impressive. Which Democrat did you bribe with your fine Mexican imports to give you those degrees and put you in those positions as CEO?
Oh, I didn't bribe anyone. I'm not a Mexican. My grandfather emigrated here from Costa Rica.
Silence! I also want to know what back alley degenerate helped you forge your citizenship documents so that you could start your path of corruption that you call a career.
You're speaking completely out of context. I'm an American-born citizen with 10 years of education under my belt. I just want to help to oversee the construction of your hotel. I don't want to be a vice presidential candidate. I don't want that responsibility.
No, you have that responsibility, Montezuma. Get out of here. You're fired. All right. Now that Castro's daughter's plot to take over the United States has been foiled, let's move on. David.
Mr. Trump, you're looking very sharp today.
Oh, really, David? What exactly about me is so sharp, and why are you taking notice of it?
I'm just trying to be polite.
Polite? Really?
Yeah.
You sound like a judge at a Little Buddy Sunshine Loafers contest, and you're offering me first prize in the form of a rub-down with cocoa butter.
I don't know what you're insinuating. I run one of the largest law firms in the United
Good,
States.
because you're going to need your entire staff to defend you against the allegations of inappropriate sexual conduct that you did with me when my lawyers chew you a new one. Get out of here, you're fired.
We could have had something.
I did. See you, Liberace. Okay, now that we've cut the wheat from the chaff, Governor Schwarzenegger, please stand up.
Yeah, I'm so happy to be here, Mr. Trump.
Thank you very much. Mr. Schwarzenegger, you served 8 years as governor of California, you married a Kennedy, and you have starred in over 20 blockbuster, ass-kicking movies.
Thank you, Mr. Trump.
It's quite a story. You're a real American success story, and I'd like you to be my vice presidential running mate.
Yeah, I can't. Mr. Trump, my birth certificate still says I'm from Austria.
You are a rich, white, Republican male without a vowel at the end of your name. That is a quick fix in Photoshop.
White House tour continues in here, and if you look straight up, you will see the debt ceiling.
This is what they show on TV all the time, right, Mom?
That's right, Timmy.
Expected it to be like more, I don't know, like elaborate. You know, more special. We paid $14 trillion for it.
It kind of has an oriental feel to it.
Yeah, well, that's because we borrowed money from the Chinese to finance it.
Oh.
Hey, what are those thin beams connecting the wall to the ceiling?
Oh, those are temporary supports that the government installed just to make sure that the debt ceiling doesn't collapse on all of us.
And what are these hash marks here on the wall? Reminds me of the marks we used to make when we were measuring the height of our sons.
Sure. Those marks show how low the debt ceiling has gotten in the past. You know, interesting fact, Congress has actually raised the debt limit 74 times in the last 50 years.
Oh, that probably means they're going to raise it again in a few years, right?
Well, Timmy, Congress is pretty partisan these days. You know, our legislators right now don't really want to compromise on anything.
Well, now hang on here. It is safe for us to be in here. I mean, the government would warn us if the debt ceiling were suddenly to fall and crush us, right?
Well, you would certainly hope so, but I'm afraid the government is concerned that a public warning might cause more panic in the economy, so...
But, Mommy, the debt ceiling isn't going to collapse on us right now, is it?
Of course not, honey.
Calm down. The debt ceiling is just lowering. Everybody's fine. Now, you know, the closer we get to May, the closer we get to insolvency.
That's only if Congress fails to act, right, Mr. Tour Guide Operator?
That's right, Timmy. Boy, you're smart. All right, let's continue the tour this way, folks. Right through here, we're going to all take a giant leap over the budget gap.
All right. Based on all the files, records, and proceedings herein, it is hereby ordered that 1, the Brady plaintiff's motion for a preliminary injunction is granted.
Brady!
2, the Eller plaintiff's motion for a preliminary injunction is moot. And 3, the lockout is enjoined.
I will appeal.
You can't do this, Judge Nelson.
Mr. Jones, though you own the Dallas Cowboys, you will have to abide by my ruling.
You can't do this. You just
I
can't.
will appeal.
I am a federal judge. I can do whatever I want.
Okay.
Almost.
Almost.
Except get tickets to the Super Bowl. I had one of those 400 tickets, Jerry. I was finally going to see my Packers in the Super Bowl, but you ruined it for me. I had to sit at some bar and watch it on TV. I will never forgive you for that. In fact, I will seat